What's up, senor? So I don't know how I'm gonna get this to you exactly. Like, I'll put it in a box, but you're gonna have these two in the box. So one's gonna be your light, one's gonna be your tripod mount kind of kit, and then I'll have one of these guys in like a box or something like that. And so this is just one that I pulled out, and so you can kind of see it's not the most like sturdy tripod, so you'll want to limit the weight you put on it. But what I'm assuming is that you kind of have your own little rig, and so you know, once you get ready for whatever it is that you want, I can definitely give you some links in terms of, you know, what your best option may be for, get some light on my face, for tripod solution. So anyways, tripod, I'm gonna pull this light out of here. This is fully charged, so you don't have to worry about it, but it's gonna come with this little cable. I actually wrote your name on it too, because I know how things can get inside of a locker room in terms of like cords and stuff like that. It's just a standard USB-C. Then you have the actual light cube itself. There's a little switch on the back here. So this one turns it on off. This is a manual control. So if you want like to manually control your brightness for some reason, higher intensity, lower intensity. So if you put it on the wall behind me, again, here's your manual controls. Low intensity turns it off. A little bit brighter, a little bit brighter, a little bit brighter, a little bit brighter. And that's like max brightness. So this thing's like, I don't know if you can see it, like that's super bright. Yeah, cool little light. It also works on this concept called a hot shoe, but they're actual cold shoes. So if you see the foot, oops, there we go. The foot of that has like a little dovetail thing going on. So if you wanted to, you could add different cubes onto this existing one, so you come up with your own little panel. It's a little intense, but you know, I mean, if you start to get big time with it, that might be a way to go in terms of your lighting. So when you open this guy up, this is how it comes. These guys just pop out. These are little male-to-male adapters. I'm trying to hold this up there. Male-to-male adapters. So a couple ways you can put this on your tripod. This, if you look at this little phone holder, screws into that, and then from there, once you screw it on, these two pieces separate. They're kind of like tension based in the middle here. You can see that. And then you can screw your little light on here, get it to a certain point, and then just use these two to create the tension so that it sits flat like that. So that's one way you could do it. And then your phone obviously goes into this little guy. I'm using my case just so you can kind of see the difference. Okay, boom, there it is. That could be one setup. What this allows you to do is it has a little ball head here that it can rotate. So you can rotate your camera depending on whatever you have. This little tripod already has a little ball head right here. So you can kind of rotate it there. Again, this is just one way to set it up. You could set it up like this, have it stand up, have the light on top, boom, you're recording, right? Or you could do it like this, to where you don't have this in there. Take this out. My dog's like freaking out over there. Okay, and then instead of putting it into that part, you're gonna actually stick it into this part. Okay, so I'll do this end just to make it easier. So we stick this onto the tripod itself. Boom, there you go. And then from here, you can actually take the same little male-to-male adjuster, stick it on this guy. Ooh, almost lost it there. Man down. There you go. And then the light itself goes onto this. Now, the advantage of this over the other way is naturally that your light gets to move now. So you could move your light up, down, left, right, and kind of give your cards the certain look that you kind of want to go for it. So that is a quick little basic tutorial. As far as the light itself goes, I mean, it's kind of straightforward in terms of how you light a card. I mean, I'll use one of these little action figures as an example. So when you light these things, you'll typically want to go directional. So I'm going to try to do this as best as I can. So if this light is sitting on top of your phone, so that's on top of my phone right now, this is what's going to happen to the card itself, right? So if you start to like angle it up, down. You can move it off to the side like this. Now you don't get as much of the glare depending on how you angle it towards your screen. And hopefully that kind of makes sense. So if I bring this in here, it's off to the side. Yeah, and you can do that now because you can use whatever tripod you had beforehand, or you can stick just the light on this guy and not even worry about the phone holder. You know what I mean? Like you stick this guy on here, this guy can clamp onto whatever structure that you have near you, like some seats or whatever, you know what I mean? And then you can just kind of hold the light wherever you need the light. So a couple of ways to kind of attack that. I'm sure once you get this guy, you're just going to play with it, which is honestly, that's the ticket. This isn't the greatest little mobile tripod known to man, but it'll be fine for a phone and a light. Like I said, that link to Joby, I'll send you a couple if you're digging this style of tripod right here with the flexible legs, like it travels really well. I'll definitely send you a link to some phone ones that you can get into. Okay, so last little bit here. How do you get this tripod head off if you want to detach it? Got this little guy right here. That unscrews, tap, pull, and now you have your tripod head off. And then if you have like a nickel or something, that's what we typically use in the field for tripods. Nickels just work really well. They fit straight in there. So that is that, man. Yeah, hopefully that answered some questions for you, gave you a quick little rundown. Like I said, it's going to be a bit of experimentation to figure out how you want your light. You know, in the future, maybe you get a couple of these bad boys and now you have like your own little mini kind of studio setup, and like that's just kind of where you want to take it, you know. And so yeah, that should give you some respite from, like, I know the last one in the Coliseum, like the cards were kind of darker because the background was so bright. This will absolutely help solve that problem. May not do it fully, but it's going to do it pretty darn well to where, you know, you should be okay. Cool. Sorry for this 8-minute little video, but yeah, hopefully that gives you an idea. If not, just shoot me a DM or whatever, and then we can sort of figure out from there, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, hope your knee feels better, and good luck with everything. Talk soon.